Hi, this is Dave Johnston. Today is Friday, May the 9th. I've just entered a trade. I actually put the entry in as a buy stop a while ago, and then I actually left the computer and came back, and lo and behold, I got filled here. And let me just kind of recap here what's, why. Uh, Sorry, I need to, I didn't even put this in yet. I'm going to go for a sell limit here at 2 points, which is at 74. Excuse me. So, my name is Dave Johnston, and I'm with Day Trade the Markets. Let me just draw an arrow here. Here's the DTTM software, and here's the reason for this trade. It's a go with kind of trade. For those of you who have traded for some time, you're probably aware that the market tends to trade in cycles of movement, where on a breakout kind of scenario, you really want to go with the trade. In other words, buy high, sell higher. If it's breaking lower, you sell low to buy it back lower, as opposed to sort of the traditional kind of entries that we've all been taught, which is to buy low, sell high, or sell high, buy low. Both strategies will work, and our belief is that it's contingent upon the condition of the market as to which style of trade you want to go ahead and place. So I actually placed this trade, or placed the order a while ago, because the market earlier today, and I'm going to scroll back here and just to show you, let's see, here's where the market opened today. So here's the very first bit of trading here today. It had a bit of a down move, and then it rallied up. So we had good selling to begin with, a bit of a pause down here, a move up to our resistance area, and then it started to pull back again. And the low that was formed right here was at 62.75, and I'll just advance forward. As a matter of fact, why don't I just draw a line here? I'll put that right at this low, so you can see it. Oops, did it not? Oh, it didn't work. Okay, let me try that again. Here it is at the low of the day. So this was the low of the day that was formed over here very early in the session with that first down move. It bounced and came back and hit it on the dot. We rallied up and hit into this high velocity move right here. Two of the things that we like to look at in the market, well, there's several things, of course, but two of the things that stand out on the software are high velocity moves and aggression bars. So we're really looking at velocity and aggression in the market to determine whether or not at key levels the market is actually in the mode of breaking higher or lower, or is it stalling out at a key level. So what we had here today is a market that came down fairly aggressively. You can see that these are all red bars. The red bar is a level 2 selling. Level 3 is our strongest of the selling. And then we had a level 2 buying, which is this green bar here. So we had some good selling here, and then an attempt to move higher. Didn't really move up too much. It only got to the low of this selling high velocity move, which is this dark rectangle right here. Just got right to the high of it, which is an expected area of resistance. Came back down but couldn't make a new low. The market turned around and had a high velocity move buying, but it could only get to the top of this, the start of that selling high velocity move, and then it backed off. We just follow this forward. You can see that the market actually came down, and not once but twice here ended up by actually making a slightly new low just by one tick. And then when the market came back up and hit onto that red area again, which we'll see in just a moment here, is a sign, at least from our standpoint, that the buyers had kind of stepped back in and were back in control. And so once that had occurred, I'd put a buy stop right here, which is one tick above the high of the day that was formed early in the session. Let me just go back, and I'll do the same thing here, and I'll just go ahead and put a line right at the high here. So the idea here, you can see my order right here actually, 72 long, one tick above this high, which is a 71.75. So the idea on this trade is that because the option failed to move lower when it had an opportunity at this time frame down here, which is approximately 11:10 Eastern time, then it retreated, or I should say it had a buying a flood of buying coming in. It rejected the attempt by the sellers to move lower, and actually moved above our barrier here. Turned our actually our filter, which is at the bottom, had turned to green, which is bullish even before that. And so I put an order in here, one tick higher, to go ahead and be into a long trade, with the expectation that the failure of the market to auction lower would likely bring in some fairly good buying, and extend the range potentially as much as the current range to the upside. So we're looking at a range here initially. If you just, I can go back here and take a look at that. The early range, here's the high, this blue line, down to the low here, this blue line. So you take a look at that, and that extends from, what did I say, 71.75 to 62.75. So that's a 9-point range. So my thinking right now is that it would not be out of the question for this market to extend it 9 points above the high of the day, the early high of the day, which obviously would take the market from, roughly 72 to as high as 81. Now there's just kind of roadblocks on the way kind of thing, because our next level up that we saw as resistance was right here in the 75 area. So I've still got that order in, as you can see, to sell limit half the position here at 74, which would be a 2-point gain. But what I should do, just to be kind of on the safe side here, is I'm going to put a sell stop down here below the low of this. See, we've had a wave of buying here. This blue bar is a level 3 buying bar, very aggressive buying. Then we got a level 2, which is the green, and then the level 1, which is the cyan. So we've had some good buying in here. So I'm going to just place my sell stop just a tick below that. It's a fair amount lower than what I usually like to take it at. That's 2.5 points. So a little bit more, but not an unrealistic stop at 2.5 points. Considering I think that there's pretty darn good opportunity in this trade. So I'm going to go ahead now that I've kind of set the trade up, and we've got it under action here. We've got a couple of orders in play. I'm going to go ahead and, by the way, I'm going to put another order in here at 76, just to sell 1/4 of the position. So just have that in place just in case we get a spike higher. So I'll leave that for the time being. I'm going to put this recording on pause so this video doesn't get too long, and I will restart it here as the market dictates. Okay, just restarting the video back up here. You can see that we did get filled on the +2 points there. So I'm going to, obviously I need to adjust this stop here, taking this down to just 2 contracts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it right up underneath here, because you can see that that last dip came back down to our entry at 82. I'm going to put it just 1 tick below there. You can see we have a second order in here that we put in for a 4-point gain. That's to try and sell 1 at 1876 even. So that's 1/4 of the original position. And hopefully you can get up to here. This wave of buying that we've just had, and notice that we had a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3. So it could very well pull in here a little bit, before rallying up again. We have reached up to that 75 area, which is kind of an area, a little bit of a resistance area. It's not a strong resistance area, but it is a resistance area that we had going into today. So the market could have a bit of a tough time getting above that, but I'm playing it trading this with the attitude that the market has failed to move lower, and as a result, could continue to buy in some buying, quite possibly for the rest of the day. So, who knows, if it can get above 75, then, it could have a really good run. So now that we've had a nice profit on the one side of the trade, or one half of the trade, and we've got a very tight stoppage, just one tick on the other half, so we've locked in some profit, and I'm just going to let this trade sort of unfold with the potential I think it has in it. So I will go ahead and pause the video once again. Okay, just restarted the video here again. As you can see, it did struggle there at that 75 level that we were suspicious of as acting as resistance, and then the market has backed off. It reached 72.50, and our stop is at 71.75, so just 3 ticks from our stop, a couple of ticks from our entry price. So it might not have the lift immediately. It might not come until later in the day. It's approximately 1:20 Eastern time right now, so the market's still got roughly 3 hours, a little less than 3 hours to go. So it might not be ready to make these new highs until a little bit later, and we might not get on board if we get stopped out. But I think it's just the prudent thing to do is to have that stop in fairly tight, and to lock in the profits and so forth. So I'm just going to leave it like that right now, and hopefully it'll get down to the support area and give us a bit of a boost from here. If not, we'll get stopped. But either way, I will pause the video right now and pick up this recording once the market dictates. Okay, just started the video back up here. As you can see, we just got stopped out here on that trade. Still picked up a couple of ticks on that final partial, so not a bad trade to finish the week. Actually, I just remembered the stop on that was a loss of 1 tick, so we lost 1 tick on 2 contracts, and we made 2 points on 2 contracts. So still, that's an okay trade. Still a net profit of what? 2 and 2 is 4 points, less a half a point, so it's a 3.5 point trade, $50 a point. So that's probably going to be it for today. Might get another move up perhaps later in the day. That would be my kind of take on things at this stage of the game, but remains to be seen. But at any rate, thank you very much for watching. This is Dave Johnston with Day Trade the Markets. If you want to contact us, we're at info@daytradethemarkets.com. Thanks. Bye for now.